Listen carefully, because most men completely misunderstand what's actually happening when a woman pulls back. They assume she's being cold. They assume she's playing games. They assume she's losing interest. And because of that assumption, they panic. They overthink. They chase harder. Or they walk away convinced they were never enough. But what if I told you that some of the behaviors you've been trained to see as rejection are actually signs of deep emotional investment? In fact, there's one specific behavior that almost every man, about 97%, reads as "she's done with me." But in reality, it's often the strongest indicator that she's falling hard. I'll reveal exactly what that is in a moment. But first, you need to understand why you've been reading her completely wrong. Because once you understand this, everything changes. You stop second-guessing yourself. You stop chasing validation. You stop reacting emotionally to mixed signals, and instead, you start recognizing when you've already made an impact, when you've already won her over emotionally, even if she hasn't admitted it yet. This isn't wishful thinking. This isn't romantic fantasy. This is about learning to read the real signals. Signals most men miss because they're interpreting female behavior through a male emotional lens. And by the end of this video, you'll understand the one thing she does that looks like the ultimate rejection, but is actually her subconscious way of saying, "I'm scared of how much I like the common confusion in early dating you." So, let's get into the truth. The truth most dating advice never explains. The confusion no one prepares you for. Here's the situation you've probably lived through before. She takes hours, sometimes days, to reply. She doesn't always say yes when you ask her out. When you're together, she acts casual, almost too casual, and your mind fills in the gaps. "She's not that into me. I'm wasting my time. Maybe I should just move on." But here's where things get interesting, and this part might sound counterintuitive at first. A woman who truly doesn't care about you will never make you feel confused. She won't keep you guessing. She won't make you anxious. She won't occupy your thoughts. She'll simply disappear. No explanation, no emotional residue, no mixed signals, because indifference is clean. But the woman who does make you anxious, the one who keeps you awake at night wondering where you stand, something very different is happening. The key difference most men don't understand. Here's the reality most guys never learn. Men and women experience attraction on different fear timelines. When a man is interested, he moves forward, he pursues, he leans in. But when a woman becomes deeply interested, especially emotionally, her first instinct often isn't to move closer, it's to protect herself. Why? Because emotional investment creates vulnerability, and vulnerability feels dangerous. The more she likes you, the key difference. How men versus women experience attraction. More she has to lose. The more real you become, the more power you have to hurt her. So instead of rushing toward you, her nervous system sometimes does the opposite. She creates distance. She slows things down. She tests your stability, not to manipulate you, but to see if you're real. And this is where most men fail. They misread self-protection as rejection. They interpret emotional walls as disinterest, and they walk away at the exact moment she was starting to let them in. How do I know the difference? This is the question every man asks. How do I know if she's invested or just wasting my time? That's exactly what I'm about to show you. And one of these signs is so counterintuitive, you'll probably think I'm exaggerating. But stay with me, because once you see the pattern, you'll never unsee it. The real signs she's deeply invested. Before we go deeper, hit the like button if this is already resonating, because what you're about to hear next flips most mainstream dating advice upside down, and pay close attention to sign number 4. It sounds insane at first, but it's rooted in behavioral psychology. Sign number 1, she remembers everything you say. Not just the big things, the small, forgettable details, something you mentioned about your childhood, your favorite food, the coworker you complained about once. When a woman is emotionally invested, she doesn't just hear you, she records you. She's building a mental map of who you are, If she brings up things you said weeks ago, that's not coincidence. That's attention fueled by emotional attachment. And no, she doesn't do this for every guy, only the ones who live rentrée in her mind. Sign number 2, she tests you. She says she's busy when you suspect she isn't. She acts indifferent about whether you're talking to other women. She throws subtle challenges your way. This is the sign that frustrates most men. They think, how to tell? If she's invested or just wasting time. If she likes me, why is she making things harder? Here's the truth. She's not testing your interest. She's testing your emotional stability. She wants to know, can you stay calm under pressure? Are you confident without reassurance? Do you see her, or are you just chasing validation? A woman who doesn't care won't test you. She'll just fade out. And here's the part most men miss. The intensity of her tests usually reflects how deeply she's starting to feel. Sign number 3, her friends know about you, even if she plays it cool with you. If her friends know your name, your job, your story, you've already entered her inner world. Women don't talk about men they don't care about. If her friends have discussed you, analyzed you, or formed opinions about you, you're already significant. And here's the twist. If her friends suddenly seem cold, distant, or guarded around you, that can actually be a good sign. It often means she's told them she likes you and they're protecting her heart. Sign number 4, she gets emotional around you. This is where things get controversial. She snaps over small things. She seems hurt when you don't text back quickly. There's tension when you mention other women. Most men panic here. But here's the psychological truth. Emotion equals investment. Indifference is quiet. Emotion, anger, jealousy, frustration means you matter. But there's one emotional reaction men hate. Real signs. She's deeply invested, misinterpret more than any other, and it's the strongest sign she's falling for you. I'll reveal it in a moment. But first, you need to understand the next sign. Sign number 5, she opens up, then closes again. One night, she shares something deeply personal. The next day, she's distant. She lets you in, then sign number 1, she remembers every detail you say, pulls away. This isn't manipulation. This is fear. She revealed something real, and now she's retreating to protect herself. That emotional whiplash, it's a vulnerability hangover. And the bigger the pullback, the more she revealed than she intended. That fear only exists when she cares. Sign number 6, she watches your life closely. She notices when you post. She notices when you don't. She asks subtle questions about where you were or who you were with. Her attention is on you, even when she pretends it's not. And here's something that might shock you. If she suddenly stops watching your stories or liking your posts, don't panic. Sometimes that means she's trying to emotionally regulate because she's in deeper than she wants to be. Sign number 7, she goes cold after getting close. This is the big one. The moment. Most men give up. You had a great date, deep conversation, real chemistry, maybe emotional or physical intimacy, then suddenly distance. Every guy thinks she regrets it. She lost interest. I missed sign number 2. She tests your emotional stability up. Here's the truth. When a woman goes cold after closeness, it's often because the connection felt too real. She's not running from you. She's running from the fact that you could actually hurt her. So, she pulls back to regain control, to see if the feeling fades, to see if you'll stay grounded or chase desperately. This is where most men fail. They either chase harder or disappear entirely. Both confirm her fear. Sign number 8, she stays. Despite the push and pull, even with the mixed signals, she doesn't vanish. She still responds. She still shows up. She stays in your orbit. A woman who's done disappears. A woman who's invested finds reasons to stay connected, even when it's complicated. That cycle, pulling back, then reaching out, is the pattern of someone falling while trying not to. What to do when you recognize these signs? Now comes the most important part. because understanding the signs means nothing if you respond the wrong way. Here's the counterintuitive truth. First, stay consistent. Don't mirror her emotional swings. Be predictably solid. Same energy, same calm, same confidence, whether she's warm or distant. Consistency doesn't mean availability 247. It means emotional stability. Second, give her space without disappearing. Space isn't silence. It's the absence of pressure. Let things develop naturally. Security is built. Sign number 3. Her friends know all about you through time, not force. Third, don't take her distance personally. She's processing emotions, not rejecting you. When you don't punish her for pulling back, you become different from every man before you. That's when trust forms. Fourth, keep building your life. Your purpose cannot be decoding her behavior. The most attractive thing you can do is be fulfilled with or without her. And here's the paradox. The less you seek her validation, the more she wants to give it. The bottom line, if she's showing these signs, she's invested, maybe more than she's ready to admit. Your job isn't to force clarity. It's to be a man worth investing in, consistent, grounded, unshaken by emotional noise. Because when you operate from that place, you don't convince her. You make her feel safe, and that's when everything changes. If this resonated, comment invested below so I know you're paying attention, and subscribe, because this is just the beginning of psychology that actually works.